Hello everyone. Good morning, Doc Sabado. Good morning, classmates. I am Josephine C. Pamilaran, and here is my presentation in EDM 508 Educational Technology. I was assigned to discuss the topic about choosing and using media in education. And here are the subtopics of my report. Importance of using media in education, considerations in choosing media, examples of media used in education, best practices, and challenges and concerns. Media is the method in how something is communicated. The use of media in education has become increasingly necessary in today's digital age. Media can be a component of active learning strategies such as a group discussions or case studies. Visual media is an important tool for educators to engage students in learning. Using images, videos, and other multimedia elements can help students better understand complex concepts and stay focused during lessons. It is important to choose media that aligns with your learning objectives and to use it intentionally to enhance and not to distract from your lesson. By incorporating visual media in your teaching, you can create an interactive and dynamic learning experience for your students. This section will cover the importance of media in education, how to choose the right media, and how to effectively use media in the classroom. By using media effectively, students can engage the content and retain more information. Here are several reasons why media is considered significant in education. First, engagement and motivation. Media such as videos, interactive simulations, and educational games can capture students' attention and foster a more engaging and motivating learning environment. This engagement can lead to increased participation and interest in the subject matter. Second, enhanced understanding. Visual and interactive media can help convey complex concepts in a more understandable manner. It provides a variety of representations and perspectives, catering to diverse learning styles and making abstract ideas more tangible. Third, access to information. Digital media provides instant access to a vast pool of information and resources. Students can explore topics beyond the confines of traditional textbooks, gaining a broader and more current understanding of the subject matter. Fourth, real-world relevance. Media can bring real-world examples, case studies, and simulations into the classroom. This real-world context helps students see the practical applications of their learning and prepares them for challenges they may encounter in their future careers. Fifth, global connectivity. Through digital media, students can connect with peers, educators, and resources globally. This fosters a sense of global awareness, cultural understanding, and collaboration, preparing students for a connected and diverse world. Sixth, differentiation and personalization. Media allows for differentiated instruction, enabling teachers to cater to individual learning needs. Students can progress at their own pace, revisit materials as needed, and explore supplementary resources to deepen their understanding. 7. Multimodal learning. Utilizing various forms of media accommodates different learning styles. Some students may learn better through visual aids, while others may prefer auditory or hands-on experiences. Media supports a multimodal approach to education, making it more inclusive. 8. Preparation for the digital age. Integrating media into education helps prepare students for a technology-driven society. Developing digital literacy skills is essential for navigating the modern world, and exposure to media in education contributes to this skill development. 9. Flexibility and adaptability. Media provides flexibility in terms of when and where learning can occur. Online resources, educational apps, and digital platforms enable students to learn beyond the confines of the traditional classroom setting, promoting a more adaptable and dynamic learning environment. Last, efficient communication. Media facilitates efficient communication between teachers, students, and parents. Online platforms, emails, and educational software streamline communication, making it easier to share information, assignments, and feedback. While acknowledging the importance of media in education, it's crucial to approach its use thoughtfully, considering pedagogical goals, ethical considerations, and the diverse needs of students. Balancing technology with traditional teaching methods ensures a comprehensive and effective educational experience. Considerations in choosing media. Number 1. Pedagogical alignment. Media should align with educational goals and pedagogical approaches. It's crucial to ensure that the chosen media enhances the learning objectives rather than distracts from them. In this case, educators can use the conceptual framework developed by Bates and Poole last 2003, and that is the sections model. It provides a systematic approach for evaluating the use of technology in education. It helps educators to consider various factors when selecting and using media in educational settings. The sections model consists of the key elements: students, ease of use, cost or time, teaching, interaction, organizational issues, networking, security, and privacy. Students. Please consider the characteristics of your students, including their learning styles, preferences, and abilities. How does the chosen media align with the diverse needs and backgrounds of your students? Ensure that the media selected is accessible to all students, taking into account factors such as language proficiency, disabilities, and technological access. Ease of use. Evaluate the usability and user-friendliness of the media. Consider the technical proficiency of both teachers and students. Choose media that is intuitive and easy to navigate to minimize potential barriers to learning. Cost or time. Assess the financial implications of integrating the chosen media. Consider not only the initial cost, but also any going expenses related to maintenance, updates, or subscriptions. Explore free or cost-effective alternatives to ensure sustainability and equity. Teaching and learning. Examine how the media aligns with the learning objectives and pedagogical approaches. Evaluate how the media enhances the teaching and learning process. Consider the potential impact on student engagement, motivation, and understanding of the subject matter. Interaction. It assesses the level of interactivity offered by the media. Determine whether the media allows for active participation, engagement, and feedback. It considers how interactivity contributes to the overall learning experience and achievement of learning outcomes. Organizational issues. It addresses logistical and organizational aspects of implementing the chosen media. It considers factors such as technical infrastructure, support, and training for teachers. It evaluates how the media integrates which existing systems and workflows within the educational institution. Networking. As an addition to credit-based online software or technology, credit course design using only social media, the student-generated learning resources, self-managed learning groups, and instructor-led open educational resources. And for the last, security and privacy. Both security and privacy are important in the physical and digital world. Privacy is the right to control how your information is viewed and used, while security is protection against threats or danger. In the digital world, security generally refers to the unauthorized access of data, often involving protection against hackers or cyber criminals. Privacy involves your right to manage your personal information, and security is the protection of this information. Both are equally important aspects of cyber safety. You have privacy rights and should take measures to secure your personal information and data within the digital environment. The sections model provides a comprehensive framework for educators to systematically evaluate and choose media for educational purposes. By considering these elements, educators can make informed decisions that align with the needs of their students, the goals of their curriculum, and the available resources within their educational context. Another thing that we need to consider in choosing media is quality and credibility. Selecting high quality, accurate, and credible media is essential. Teachers need to curate resources carefully to ensure that students are receiving reliable information. Next, accessibility and inclusivity. Consideration should be given to the accessibility of media, ensuring that it can be used by students with diverse learning needs. This includes providing captions, transcripts, and considering the usability for individuals with disabilities. Next is the technical infrastructure. The technological capabilities of the educational environment should be considered. Not all schools or students may have access to the same level of technology, so media chosen should be compatible with the available infrastructure. And last, ethical considerations. Media often involves ethical considerations, such as copyright issues and the responsible use of technology. Teachers should educate students on the digital literacy and responsible media consumptions. Examples of media used in education. The integration of media in education can take various forms, enriching the learning experience across different subjects and grade levels. Here are some examples. Number one, educational videos. It includes subject exploration and documentaries. In subject exploration, teachers can use videos to introduce or explore new topics. Platforms like YouTube, Khan Academy, or educational streaming services offer a wealth of content. In documentaries, it related to historical events, scientific discoveries, or cultural phenomena, provides students with a visual and in-depth understanding of various subjects. Number two, interactive simulations. It includes science experiments, mathematic manipulatives. In science experiments, virtual science experiments and simulations allow students to interact with scientific concepts in a controlled environment. Platforms like PHET interactive simulations are widely used. In mathematics manipulatives, virtual manipulatives and interactive tools help students grasp abstract math concepts in a more hands-on way. Number three, podcast and audio resources. It includes language arts and history and current events. In language arts, podcasts can be used to enhance language arts lessons, providing examples of storytelling, interviews, and diverse perspectives. Platforms like NPR's or Student Podcast Challenge encourage students' engagement. In history and current events, educational podcasts can offer historical insights or discussions on current events, fostering critical thinking and analysis. Number four, educational games. It includes math and logic games and language learning apps. In math and logic games, platforms like Prodigy or educational games like Minecraft Education Edition integrate learning objectives into game formats, making learning more enjoyable. In language learning apps, apps like Duolingo or Rosetta Stone use gamification to teach languages in an interactive and engaging way. Number five, digital storytelling. It includes creative writing and history projects. In creative writing, students can use digital tools to create multimedia stories, incorporating images, audio, and video to enhance their storytelling skills. In history projects, digital storytelling can be employed to create presentations that combine historical research, narration, and visual elements. Number six, virtual field trips, geography and history, and also science and nature includes in virtual field trips. In geography and history, virtual tours and field trips allow students to explore historical sites, museums, or geographic locations without leaving the classroom. Google Earth, virtual museum tours, and VR experiences can facilitate this geography and history. In science and nature, virtual visits to ecosystems, space, or wildlife habitats provide immersive experiences that complement classroom learning. Number seven, collaborative platforms. It includes online discussions and group projects. In online discussions, platforms like Google Classroom or discussion forums enable students to engage in collaborative discussions, sharing ideas and perspective beyond the classroom. Group projects, collaborative platforms such as Microsoft Teams or Slack facilitate teamwork on projects, promoting communication and coordination. Number 8, augmented reality or AR and virtual reality or VR. It includes science labs and historical reconstruction. In science lab, these belong to virtual reality, can simulate science experiments in virtual lab, allowing students to explore and manipulate elements safely. In historical reconstruction, it belongs to augmented reality, can overlay historical images or reconstruction onto the real world, providing a visual context for historical events. Last, number 9, online quizzes and assessments. It includes formative assessment and adaptive learning platforms. In formative assessment, online quizzes and assessments through platforms like Kahoot or Quizzes provide immediate feedback, helping teachers gauge student understanding. In adaptive learning platforms, some platforms adjust the difficulty of questions based on individual students' performance, providing personalized learning experiences. These examples showcase the versatility of media in education, demonstrating how various forms of technology can enhance teaching and learning across different subjects and educational levels. Let's proceed to the best practices. First, teacher training. Educators should receive adequate training on incorporating media into their teaching methods effectively. Second, feedback and assessment. Media use should be integrated into a comprehensive assessment strategy, ensuring that students are learning and retaining the intended knowledge. Third, collaboration and sharing. Teachers should collaborate and share best practices for using media in education, creating a supportive community of educators. And the last, continuous evaluation. Regularly evaluate the effectiveness of media used in the classroom and be willing to adapt based on feedback and outcomes. The thoughtful selection and use of media in education can enhance the learning experience, but it requires careful consideration of pedagogical goals, accessibility, quality, and ethical considerations. Balancing technology with traditional teaching methods and continuously evaluating its impact are crucial for effective and inclusive educational practices. And what are the challenges and concerns in choosing and using media in education? First, over-reliance. There is a risk of over-reliance on technology, potentially leading to a lack of development in critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Second, distraction. The use of certain media can be distracting, potentially hindering the learning process rather than enhancing it. Third, inequity. Socioeconomic factors can lead to disparities in access to technology, creating an equitable learning experience for students. Last, privacy and security. The use of digital media raises concerns about student privacy and data security. It's essential to implement measures to protect sensitive information. And for my insights, choosing and using media in education is a dynamic process that involves careful consideration of various factors to enhance the overall learning experience. Choosing and using media in education is an ongoing process that involves a student-centric mindset, alignment with pedagogical goals, inclusivity, professional development, cost considerations, ethical standards, and adaptability. It's a dynamic journey that it requires educators to continuously assess and adjust their approach to ensure that technology enhances rather than hinders the educational experience for all students. And these are my references. That's all for today. Thank you everyone for listening.